Welcome to a muzzled chat. This recorder's been on the fritz. I don't know what's going on with it.
What the heck, man?
I might need to like clear out the micro SD in there.
Or
and
you just might need to reboot it.
There.
I'm an IT person. Just reboot it. That's the answer for everything.
All right, we're gonna need you 3 inches from the microphone.
Sorry.
You're
Here we
good.
go.
And we could extend this out too.
All right. I just feel so close to my face.
I know. You just kind of get used to it, but that's where the headset kind of helps, keep us honest with ourselves. Just for that's kind of behind the scenes stuff for the listeners. Why are you wearing your headsets so you're sitting across the desk from each other? That would be a very valid question, but I don't want to be like a microphone Nazi, where it's like, hey, get closer to the mic. That's where this.
I like the headsets on. It makes me feel like better.
It's official.
Like I look important.
More legit.
Like I'm on a real live radio show.
Folks, I want to welcome back Maggie.
Hi, guys.
So she was even telling me pre-show here how some people, some of her friends and other Lyme folks struggling with Lyme really enjoyed our chat and had a bunch of questions just regarding what had helped you and just kind of tapping into your wealth of knowledge on good sources from just everything, from supplements, food.
Yeah,
it's so important.
It's a landmine out there. It's like it's hard to shop for good food. Very difficult to find healthy food nowadays.
Right. That's kind of I don't even know. We're just going to have a fun conversation. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to get to the bottom of some things. But if we were to sum it all up, is there's so much like poison out there and toxins.
Yeah.
And
it's a sad reality. And it saddens my heart because right. I thought I was a healthy eater. I was in the military 10 years, I used to cook from scratch all the time, and I didn't even know that our basic ingredients, like flour,
right,
sugar, like those things, poison, extra ingredients that we don't need, stuff like that.
Been trying to expose a lot of that here. I mean, we just had a very simplistic on a very heavy hitting episode, folks. And just trying to expose the nefarious, like, evil infrastructure behind everything, because a lot of this, it's no accident. It's no coincidence. It's intentionally being done.
It is. But I do believe with the awareness that's coming out about it, like, there's a super awareness that fast food chains are toxic. Like, more and more people are turning their backs to those. So thumbs up on that, right?
Right.
They're exposing the Chick-fil-A, the McDonald's, all that stuff. Thank God. Like, don't take your kids there, you guys. I don't care. Oh, my gosh.
Even basic milk. Like, milk has been banned, USA milk, in 20 other countries due to the fact we, year after year, pass this hormonal growth and whatnot, and it's proven astronomically like detrimental to human health. And year after year in America, we keep passing this and allowing it. UK has banned that from entering their company for over 20 years.
UK bans a lot of our foods.
Right.
They ban Mountain Dew.
Right.
What else? They ban our eggs, I believe. I don't quote me on that, you guys, but I want to say maybe our eggs. But I just read yesterday about the milk. I'm like, holy cow. And I knew our milk was bad, but I didn't know it was banned in other countries.
But that's just a simple like
a staple.
We can look at that one and absorb that one. But when it comes to all these other produce or all these other snacks, like, once again, we just reported over 100 of our snacks, like including like Flaming Hot Cheetos or Gatorade even.
Gatorade's terrible.
They've literally found carcinogenic, like things that lead to cancer in these products. So finally, big lawsuits are happening.
Oh boy.
But
Do you know
the Prime drink. We just reported on that. Well, it's actually
Celsius. Is that what you're talking about?
Celsius.
The energy drink Celsius?
That has one of the things, it's like it's human waste product
and carcinogenic. I just read I read it the other day with the milk article. I'm sorry,
Right.
didn't retain that one, but
You're good.
I'm telling you, let's talk about, so one of the biggest things that I discovered in my wellness journey was that they put something in all of our shelf-stable foods called natural flavorings. Are you aware of natural flavorings?
The natural flavorings.
Yes.
Why do you need a natural flavorings?
It's kind of like a code, a generic code, like natural flavorings. Like it's one of the ingredients listed on everything, right? And it's really called HEK 293, I think it is.
Okay.
Or 296, 293, one or the other. And it's human embryonic stem cells. It's like really... Help me with this. You might want to pull out your phone real quick and Google that. But it's a real thing. These natural flavors are from aborted fetuses. Is what they make natural flavors out of.
I remember when I was watching the Fall of the Cabal series.
Yeah, it's in there.
They actually had the list of products that integrated just that into it.
Yes.
And it was insane how long that list was. And I remember watching it as I was chewing Trident gum.
Oh, it's one of
and
the
all
Tridents.
of a sudden, that brand I was chewing, literally, like, I pulled it up and it's the same thing.
And you're like, oh. I'm sorry.
We live in such a sick world.
We do.
But, we didn't know any better.
That's like I got a phone call from my my best friend JJ, and he calls me. He's like, Maggie, because he thinks I'm crazy. He's like, you've taken all the fun out of eating. Like we're over at Costco looking at meat.
No, these freaking
he gets mad at me.
globalists have.
I know, but I point things out to him like that's poison, that's poison. I do get a little overboard, pointing things out. But he called me once. He's like, oh, he goes, I finally, because one of his favorite candies was Skittles. Yeah, he's my age. He's in his 50s, but he's a little kid at heart. He loves his Skittles, right?
Yeah.
He calls me. He's so mad. He's like, Skittles is on the list. He was like so upset.
There's a way we could bring a lot of those type of things more purely like back. We could have it like
they make the products overseas without all the crap in it. Like the Skittles in the United States compared to Skittles,
the ingredient list.
it's completely different.
Right.
It's Skittles in the UK are safe. They only have like sugar and like 5 ingredients. Here we have about 50 for Skittles.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So what's wild for the individual, like your friend initially, I get it's inconvenient. I get it can be overwhelming, but the reaction, let's just hone in on that. The reaction of you're taking the fun out of all, like I get that can be this overwhelmed, but in a sense that very stance is proof to the level of deterioration with the poisons to weaken us, because you wouldn't, I don't know anyone going and buying rat poison and microdosing rat poison.
Right.
And I brought up this the other day, and maybe in a bad way, because I was like, I would rather, and I don't want to instigate anyone freaking microdosing rat poison, but you would be in a way better off because your body could actually start reacting to this singular thing in a more positive way, essentially potentially building up maybe some type of immune to it, but also ramping up the body's natural way of detoxifying from it versus hundreds of chemicals, hundreds of like preservatives and silicon fabricated substances, bioengineering.
So essentially, if we look at Cheerios, and again, you guys this is off the top of my head. Cheerios has an ingredient in has an ingredient in Cheerios that is found in Roundup, the weed killer. It's called T something, TPS or TSP or something like that. You guys look it up.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is there an ingredient from a weed killer in our food?
Right.
Let me ask you a question. If we were husband and wife and I was slowly poisoning you and then you die, I go to jail, right?
Right.
Right.
How are these companies immune?
Who is accountable for the poisoning of us here in the United States? I'd like to know. Who?
Well, you look at a lot of these mega food and all these BlackRock, Vanguard, Wall Street. They own the majority of they own everything.
But it comes here. My point is that, like, at what point is this madness going to stop?
Right.
Like, now I heard, this is a rumor, under the guise of COVID, when Trump was in office, I heard he gave money to all the farmers in the United States to overturn their crops and get rid of all the bad soil. And this is going to take a couple years, like, to get organic crops, to get, you know what I mean? I'm not a farmer. I don't know these things specifically, but I heard he gave them all here in the United States to get rid of all the crappy soil, overturn and start producing organic crops.
Right.
Please, President Trump, I hope you really did that. Please, please, please.
Well, it's wild to kind of just get back to that moment of your friend. Whereas, like, when it seems overwhelmed, let's just acknowledge for a second that is a testament to our level of deteriorated state, to where we're not, because who in their right mind would knowingly poison themselves, or at that point want to stay ignorant and continually poison themselves.
Right. Once you know, it's like, wow, you can't continue eating that.
And it is unfortunate. It sucks. It's a sad truth and reality to absorb. But for gosh sake, it's your life. It's your quality of life. It's
James,
everything.
One thing that I do have to point out, though, these guys are so good at putting these toxins and these chemicals in our food. Mm-hmm. They put in these flavor enhancers that make you literally addicted.
True.
It's worse than, compared to being an alcoholic or a drug addict. Like, the level of addictive ingredients that they put in Chick-fil-A. No. Guys, look it up. Look up Chick-fil-A.
Hundreds of chemicals.
It is the worst. Like, that is why people are like, oh my God, I drool for the waffle fries over at Chick-fil-A. Yeah. You're drooling for the chemicals. You're so addicted. You're addicted from to the chemicals.
Right. And two products, that sandwich and the fries. We played a clip of a gentleman. Yeah, it's over
117.
Yeah, 117. I think it was even higher than that.
Probably.
With it he covered. And it's like there should be 2 freaking ingredients. You know what I'm saying?
Chicken in a bun.
Right. It's insane.
And a potato for your waffle fries.
But people question, like, why I have this autoimmune deficiency, why I have depression, why I have like this brain fog and migraines and just all these issues.
That's another thing, you guys. These toxic chemicals in our fast food, like and I'm picking on Chick-fil-A today. It's all of them, but it's mostly like.
Well, I used to like hold Chick-fil-A as a higher standard than all the others. I was duped.
Me too. Culver's and Chick-fil-A were like my only 2 places that I go because like they were healthier.
Because they seem to have some type of moral ground and treating their employees.
And they're closed on
Sundays. They seem to have some type of moral high ground.
Yeah.
But they're playing the same.
What is that? A wolf in sheep's clothing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just need to get back to like.
One thing, another too, though, with all those chemicals and stuff is like you're bringing up the brain fog and all that kind of stuff. Those chemicals, some of those chemicals are forever chemicals.
Forever, yes.
Do we know what we should talk about forever chemicals.
So the Prime drink, Logan Paul's Prime drink that is trending with all the youth right now.
Don't drink it.
It has reported more than 3 times exclusively in their like grape drink. However, they're studying, more than likely it's in a whole slew of the prime products, but more than 3 times the forever chemicals in that singular drink than a human can have in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And you can't get rid of it.
No, they stays in your body. These chemicals, so you got your forever chemicals that we just brought up, and then your other chemicals too. They both can pass the blood-brain barrier, get into your brain, and once they're in your brain, they can't come out. And like when I spoke on the first podcast, that's the reason why I moved out here to Arizona, because my Lyme was in my brain.
Yes.
And the only way that you can get heavy metals and these toxic substances out of your brain is to go through like a special medical procedure. Like you can do all the supplements and eat all the best way and do heavy metal detoxes and all that stuff, but it's going to take you an awful long time. I'm not saying...
That seems to be the hiccup I have. Do you suppose that IRAD treatment through IRAD that helped?
IRAD.
That's what broke through?
Yeah, it was the IRAD for me.
Man.
Because I had it so bad in my head.
But it's so spendy.
I couldn't formulate my sentences. Like,
yes, I trip up. My listeners know all about it. They see it. And that's probably why a lot of them, it's been a slower build here, because... it's hard to tune into someone tripping up over their words as though like, oh yeah,
totally get it.
Like, I get it. It's wise to tune into someone that's bringing, essentially is broke the code. They're wiser, or they're, like you value wealth. You're gonna set yourself up better by your immediate circle, like building that out of people that have made it, So I could feel those barriers coming down, clearing up to an extent, and that's
good. That's really good. The brain, once you let's go. Okay, Lyme disease, chronic illness, cancer, any chronic illness, it doesn't matter. It's kind of all the same thing. It's all treated the same way by eating a clean diet,
right,
of no dairy, sugar, gluten, etc. But we've fooled ourselves on how we've gotten this sick. Like we think that we're born, like everybody thinks that
COVID.
No. Stop, guys. Stop for 1 sec. People think, like, I know so many 20-year-olds that I go to Pilates with, or just that I've met here in Arizona, 20, 30 something, and they all have autoimmune diseases. Oh, my mom had it, or, it's hereditary in my family. I call BS on the hereditary stuff.
Right.
It's completely, and I won't go down that rabbit hole, but it's like, no, I think it's really from the onslaught of our toxic food that we've had and all the forever chemicals. And I'm going to go to forever chemicals for two products real quick. Ice cream. People that like ice cream, guys, they put glyphosate in our ice cream to keep it creamy and to give it that shiny look. Glyphosate is another
terrible
chemical that is found in Roundup, guys.
Wow.
It's a Roundup chemical that's in our ice cream to keep it. And then Band-Aids, guys. Good old Band-Aids have forever chemicals on them. I'm like, I just found that one out. I had a big emergency kit in my pantry. I'm like, I'm getting rid of that.
Johnson & Johnson.
Don't do it.
There was a big article that the actual Band-Aids are causing cancer. It's like, what?
Forever chemicals.
What are they not doing to kill us?
You guys, everything is poison. I literally, I can't. I was just telling James before this podcast, I'm like,
right.
I mean, everything's poisonous. I said, but I learned a long time ago, like the most dangerous chemicals that we breathe in, are building materials that our homes are literally constructed of, and women's makeup.
So food's a big one, and we'll shift out of that. Shift out of that because we could do a multitude of episodes on just the food. But it's important that we understand what we're putting in our mouths and putting in our bodies, and that it's nutritional and not toxic, right? Because that will breathe function and life into us versus the deterioration and all this onslaught of like cancers and issues, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I was super disappointed. Like I went through kind of like, you have depression anyhow a little bit when you have a chronic illness, But when when I got diagnosed with Lyme, and they kind of told me, no dairy, no sugar, no gluten. If you want to be successful, like, you can eat whatever you want if you have a chronic illness. But if you want to get better and you want to have a different life, you got to have some intentional living. You have to want it, because it's not an easy road. It's not. It's hard. It's hard. It requires every minute of every foggy thought that you have, and just whatever to research and to find foods that don't have like 20,000 ingredients in it.
I remember it was the environmental. You were talking about the buildings.
Oh, building materials. Yes.
The buildings. Yeah. So we already covered the food. It's healthy to question things.
Yes.
Your physical life matters. Now, I do know throughout history, right? Like lead-based paints we talk about, which is interesting, but also like asbestos, things that nature. I don't know what else might be intentionally being used, but it is interesting. If you want to dive in on that lead-based paint. Did
you know they kind of lied to us about getting rid of lead-based paint? Like, they were saying that people were eating paint chips and getting all whatever. Like,
who ate paint chips?
I don't know anyone. And like, anyhow, so like, and I don't really know the whole story. I caught up just a little bit of it yesterday. They said they kind of intentionally got rid of the lead-based paint. So if we had lead-based paint in our homes, we wouldn't have a problem with EMF.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you probably know more than I do. Expound on that for me, please.
Well, I just watched a few clips of individuals basically covering those same things. Like, do you know anyone? And they were asking different generations and ages, and no one, like, admittedly was eating paint chips.
Right.
And the lead in the paint wasn't posing. I mean, if you used a stripper on that paint and certain things, then maybe you're having a level of exposure that could be harmful, like your body's absorbing. But
I will tell you a story about my great grandma, or my grandmother. My parents bought an old nursing home and restored it. And right now it's a famous mansion that has concerts and all that kind of stuff. But anyhow, my grandma was stripping lead-based paint with stripper or whatever, and she lost her smell. Like,
oh, wow.
She completely lost all of her smell, but not her taste or anything like that. Wow. I know, it's just a little side story. But she lived to 102.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know, that didn't really impair her that much.
Actual lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they brought up some very good points where it was like under the guise of saving lives, essentially, and lead poisoning from people eating paint chips, we banned it all. But then we transition into this frequency world now, and you think about it, and it's like, wait a sec. If you had a layer of like this lead-based paint throughout the walls of your home, it would render like 5G and certain frequencies pretty worthless. Like, it would provide people in their homes a level of protection to all these frequencies,
the
and
damaging frequencies that are emitted. Like,
and there's a booming industry now. Like, I'm sitting on a grounding mat. You have grounding sheets.
I have grounding sheets. I have.
There's
so much.
You now are using the mat.
I have the cloud.
We'll give a shout out to Christina. So from Central Tropics, the cloud mat, which it's like PEMF, but it's on a molecular level. They're advertising it as 50 times stronger signals than, and this is what's interesting. I had breakthrough recently, and I could feel those barriers really coming down personally. And I've onboarded a couple other things, but there should have only been positive growth from these other things, but it could be too early to determine, and that's water-based products, and we can dive into that here in a bit. But I've felt a little bit of I've deteriorated a bit.
Well,
and the only thing I can attribute is because I had the mat for roughly a month, and I personally believe that led to some of my breakthroughs. Because in a way, that that was combating this horrific toxic environment of the frequency side, like the world, the environment we live in. And there's also the cocoon, which I only had that for 3 days, but it was interesting. I know
that's the whole house.
Personally,
that's the whole entire house. It blocks EMF in your whole entire house.
So we're gonna plug Christina. We're gonna have her information at the bottom of this. If you got more questions, you want immediate answers, we do not want to hold back from getting you connected. And she's affiliated and knows she'll take care of you. So we'll be sure to get her blessing and get those links added to this episode. But I do know there's good news moving forward, where they have this company has some type of soft approval through the FDA. Yes. But they're working on a full approval that would give CPT codes for filing to insurance companies. So potentially, futuristically, some of our insurance plans may, in fact, we might be able to get prescribed some of these things. That
people are chronically ill and their doctors prescribe these for them. These are really breakthrough technologies.
I mean, they're coming at a price tag, and not everyone has, like it's a financially viable option for everyone. But then again, like, I don't know for certain, but I'd leave it open I'd venture to say for some individuals, this could be more potentially solution based for them than a lot of what they're forking out money on. So
I think it's used in conjunction with your here's the thing. With a chronic illness, when you have a chronic illness, it's literally an infection of the entire body. Lyme disease is an infection from head to toe. If you have Lyme disease more than 2 or 3 months, if you don't catch it right away after the bullseye rash, basically, and get on antibiotics, it's going to go further. It's more than likely going to pass the blood-brain barrier. Yeah. You're going to have neurologic symptoms. It's going to be called neurological Lyme at this time. One therapy is not going to cure the disease.
Right.
You have to stick to the diet, but you also need to do the therapies to help everything else.
Right.
Like it's everything working together.
You know what? I got to take a second and applaud you, Maggie.
What's that?
Because it's like certain people might be sitting back. Look at these two bimbos talking about health and da-da-da-da. Like, would it serve you better if we put on a white lab coat? You know what I'm saying? And a telescope or whatever. Like, would it? Because the reality of it is, and this is the great blessing I find to Lyme disease, because you go through Western medicine, you go through pharmaceuticals, you go through all these stages, but what actually leads to breakthrough is cleaning up your stinking food, cleaning up your water, being mindful of your environments to where it's healthy and your God-given immune systems can fire up and combat and detoxify all this poison.
You got to clean the poison out of your body.
Yes.
Amen.
And we'll dive into the parasite side of things too, because there's a lot of things that are ailing us. So if anything, this is just going to be a general health sounding the alarm episode on things to consider, things to look into.
If you're not feeling good, I mean, even if you're not diagnosed with something,
right, but
you can't get your ass out of bed in the morning,
right,
and you're finding yourself you're finding that you can't confront a coworker at work and have a conversation because you can't find your words. I call them my fancy words. Like I consider myself fairly educated, and but when I had Lyme disease, man, I mean, there were some times I couldn't go to meetings. I couldn't go on that Zoom call. I couldn't show up.
Right.
I couldn't talk.
Right.
I couldn't get my fancy words out. I couldn't formulate a common sense.
See, this is where I want people to acknowledge the credibility on folks like you speaking out, because you personally have found things that have led to improvement in your life. And just going from that, not being able to function, not being able to communicate, speak, and look at you now.
Just fucking speaking.
It's
excuse my language.
It's proof. Some people, I'm sure out there, cringe at colorful language. Some people are like, hell yeah, because
when you are in that state of mind, when you have that neurologic storm, people on the outside look at you and say, well, God, she looks fine.
Right.
She looked like she's faking it, whatever. You're having this neurologic storm and you're panicking inside. Number one, you get anxiety and depression.
Right.
And oh my God. And so you're thinking that there's something so wrong with you. Not wrong with you medically, but wrong with you like mentally.
Right.
Like, what is wrong with me? Like, oh my God, like snap out of it.
That's a huge problem to our society as a whole right now.
And you beat yourself up.
You isolate. You
get beat up. All your friends and family think you're making it up, or that you're lazy, or you just don't want to do things.
When in fact they are lazy because they're not seeking you. They're not following you. They're not trying to understand because the reality of acknowledging that, hey, this is as real as cancer. This is as real as a broken bone. Like now they know, okay, they have a broken leg. We're going to have to start picking up Johnny from practice. We're going to have to do all these things. Right. It's a real selfish, I feel like, defense to not acknowledge, like even depression in and of itself, like, or Lyme disease, or these toxins that are causing these things.
I feel having Lyme disease is one of the roughest diseases out there. I do. I have to say it. I mean, not just because I had it so bad, like, oh, poor me. It's not like that at all. But I'm telling you, the last since I got out of the military in 1994 or 5, something like that, I did not feel good.
Right.
So anyhow.
Well, think about it. Think about it for a second. And I might go on a limb. Some people may even lash out on this very statement. But how many cancer patients are killing themselves?
I don't hear a lot of them killing themselves.
Lyme disease is attributed exclusively to so many people getting to that point.
Yes, fresh. Oh my! So, just because of isolation alone.
Absorb that for a moment.
Yeah.
Absorb that. Seems to be, in comparison, based on that stat alone, the quality of life. And it isn't a comparison battle. I'm just trying to bring light and a credibility to this devastating disease, this devastating bioweapon, intentionally created to have this effect. So just for a second, isn't that, do we even need to say more?
No, not really.
Do we? It just brings to light the level of importance, because the reality of this spirochete bioweapon is it can be diminished. It can get to a remissive state to where it's no longer impeding, wreaking havoc within the brain, the joints, the body, the organs, the muscle tissues, the fascia throughout the whole body. Yeah. It is insane what some people are suffering. And
oh man,
you just read a personal text.
Yeah, my friend that texted me.
Let's keep it anonymity. And if you want to even read that, because the reality of it is, you were just trying to set up a support call.
Yeah, I had not funny story, but James and I did a podcast a couple weeks ago, and a dear friend of mine, I'll say her name, Jana Banana.
Shout out.
Jana Banana Gordon. She goes to the same doctor that I have over at the Clean Colonic place. My doctor's in there. And anyhow, a good friend of hers, she doesn't really know what's wrong with her. And Jana shared the podcast with her. And then she texted me and wanted to know if she could talk to me and ask me some more questions. I said, absolutely, for sure. Mm-hmm. And it was supposed to be yesterday, and she texted me. She's like, I just can't talk right now. She goes, I just can't get my words out. I just can't. She just couldn't show up for it, even through text or on a phone.
In her words, I felt the defeated.
Completely. She was like, hit a wall.
What we experience every day in these Lyme groups. Yeah. One's literally just clinging on to life with no dopamine, serotonin.
No, mine are still
cortisol,
zeroed out. I don't have any of that. I'm still working on all that.
That's what's crazy. As those walls were coming down recently for me, that I could start feeling some of the excitement, enjoyment for life.
Oh,
And
nice.
what a freaking blessing that is.
When you get your little wins, your little victories, when you feel good for 5 minutes, it's like, oh my God, I just kind of feel so good. And then, but who cares? You had that 5-minute win.
It's just a taste.
Right. I want that back. But I'm having more and more of those. I feel like I'm on the other side.
So the reality, I feel, the frequencies is putting even the healthy in a fight or flight to where they, like, that is being disrupted from them. And one of the analogies I've kind of honed in on, and then there's probably even better ones out there, or situations that we've all experienced. I personally can think on some times where I'm driving out in the country and someone's like driving erratically or dangerously or something, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah.
Like my heart goes out to individuals in those situations. Like, so someone essentially could cut me off, give me the bird, and I'll laugh it off. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But grandma cuts me off here, doesn't give me the bird. I want to run her off the road. So there's something to this environment that's putting us in this fight or flight that's negatively impacting our interactions, our resilience, our patience. And so even the healthy among us, there's just something being done. And you, like food, can't be blind to the thousands of studies that have been done and the scientists and doctors that are speaking out on these devices, where like they're speaking out to stop the towers being put onto schools and hospitals, the very institutions and areas like we're learning, we're growing or healing at. And I believe all this is intentionally geographically being done to diminish, like, our chance in this existence, our chance. So just like the food, the information's out there. And that's why I'm so grateful for Rumble, the level of liberation on X, through social.
I love Rumble. If I can give a shout out to Rumble. Rumble, thank you for your very existence.
Yes.
They are a savior in the truther world, really. I mean, because we get, all the other platforms and everything like that. But, like, thank you, Rumble.
So, folks, it's only your life. And the thing is, I've shared my testimony on a couple little things regarding improved sleep by airplane moding my phone at night, by getting rid of and going back to cords, getting rid of the Bluetooth things that insert into your ears. All of these things, like, you could take little steps and just journal. Can
I tell you a new little favorite I found?
Yeah.
New therapies, guys. Okay, so I think I said in the previous podcast that I did ketamine treatments. Ketamine can reset your nervous system, and it's like scrubbing bubbles for your neurotransmitters in your brain if you have Lyme or kind of heavy metals in your brain. Wonderful, wonderful product. So my ketamine therapist, Jonathan, he's a paramedic of 22 years, and he was my guy. So he gave me a call recently. He said, hey, he goes, I'm working over at this new wellness clinic called Unchained Wellness over in Gilbert. Check it out. So he goes, come on in for an IV. He goes, I went in for a hydration IV, B12 and something else. Can't remember. But the manager, Christine, Jonathan was telling her about me, and like, she's a good friend of mine, whatever. So she gave me a tour of the place. They have a theta machine that you lay in this bed. It looks like a med bed. It's based on frequency.
Oh, cool.
Dude, it's for people with PTSD,
wow,
depression, all that kind of stuff. More. I'm probably not doing this machine justice, but you lay in it and it kind of spins the room. You can't feel it though when you're in it. And it just, she said I could come and try it. So I'm super excited for that. And then
please let me know.
I know, and I want to take you over there. And
That'd
then there's a TMS machine. Not sure all about TMS therapy, but I believe it's using magnets for depression. She popped me in the room, and a lady was in there. She was like, hi. She was like super friendly. She was getting all suited up in the chair. It was like this big chair and like a helmet that you put on. And like, I heard like people in the IV room were talking about the TMS therapy, saying it's amazing. It's changed their life. I don't know. I'm really checking out this clinic. I
ought to grab my little magnet kit that I ended up getting off of one of my guests. Like she she based this kit and the placements and everything on like tested research before and whatnot. Just kind of made it more exclusive for Lyme and created her own booklet. And it's interesting because every placement I've done with this, I've felt this instant, like my anxiety, like I usually do at the end of the day. I'm in bed. I just took a shower. I'm feeling pretty peace and calm. I just, spent time on my knees, in prayer, and I feel pretty calm. But every time I place them, I feel anxiety, like, and that's where we don't realize.
I want to try that so bad.
Okay. Well,
because I still struggle. I don't believe I have anxiety so much as that it's my nervous. My nervous system's broken still, and it's like I struggle like with my temperature, and I struggle with my hormone. Like
I'm telling you, there's something about it that feels good, and you don't understand, like, it's just like anything, health and stuff. We grow accustomed to our current state, no matter how deteriorated it may or may not be. But what a blessing when you have like the moment and you could place those and you just feel
a difference.
Oh yeah, like calming.
I want to try that
every time. So that's what's continually, why I continually keep doing it. So yeah, I'd love to. We'll set up in like the living room on a couch or something.
Perfect.
And, see if you could feel a difference, because there's something to that.
Here's the thing, I feel kind of special being blessed with Lyme disease. And I say that with all my heart. I mean, I used to look at myself, look at my life like, oh, poor me, I've had a traumatic life, being in the military, all this kind of stuff, getting sick, whatever. I look back now and I'm like, the insight and the wisdom that I've gained, the knowledge, just all of it. I feel like a brand new person, and I feel like such an achiever. I'm proud of myself because when I looked face on at Lyme disease, I was scared to death.
Right.
I was a deer in headlights. I'm like, I cannot do this. I cannot get all these supplements together, 3 times a day.
They had to write it out. They had to place it. It was so hard.
Nobody did shit for me.
It was so hard.
I had to freaking figure it out myself.
Oh my gosh.
And it took me a long time. And you should see my counter at home in Wisconsin. I had all these pill cases and I was figuring it out. It just took me forever. And anyhow, I finally figured it out. I got my little routine down. I know how to shop for food now. I can be a good source of information for other people if other people need help, if they need to learn how to grocery shop, learn how to buy the right kinds of food.
That'd be a huge blessing to some folks.
I've always kind of wanted to do that. Like, if anybody lives in the area, we're here in Mesa, Arizona, in the comments or something, I'm always willing to help somebody get over that next hurdle, with their chronic illness.
Anywhere even, it's all about becoming efficient too. So at the point, we even type certain things up, made things available.
Yeah.
And I know so many things exist, and a lot of these Lyme groups there's this echo chamber where there's so much wealth of information, but there really needs to be a level of organization to just creating the path, addressing the number one. And I think the detoxing is number one. And then in that process, obviously now bringing the right things in, and then individualizing that individual's potential diagnosing to an extent, and then the proper supplementation and balancing maybe.
Yeah. So when you're detoxing's tricky. It's very tricky.
That bond charge blanket, that infrared sauna.
Yeah, that's
sauna
very good for detoxing. But detoxing in general is confusing, scary. People think parasite cleanse, that's scary, all that kind of stuff. It's not. It's not.
What's scary is living with the parasites.
Yeah, that's
accepting
that's more scary. So if anybody out there is scared, for a parasite cleanse. Like I was like, if I'm going to take this pill and then I'm going to find, worms, like, ugh, I never saw any worms or, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, and it's
Many do.
And it's not violent. Like,
Right.
I believe like the parasites that I had were like the eggs.
And
like
it's nothing
small,
crazy. Like you could be dosing some ivermectin, HCQ, taking some binders. There's basic IVs you could be getting.
But when you're detoxing, you need to make sure.
Tinctures too.
Yeah, you got to make
like
sure you're
herbals.
eating. You got to make sure you're eating well. That's where the good food comes in. Because if you're doing all this detoxing, you're gonna fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
You are. You're gonna be. You're going to be in worse shape if you don't keep that nutritional level up.
It's so wild. Yeah, I haven't had a crazy reaction yet. You know what? I did add like some Japanese knotweed tincture.
Ooh, I've heard about that.
That
Black
could
seed
be
oil.
That could be actually part of what's kicked my butt a bit. But that being said, like I haven't crazily herxed for a while, so I know.
Could be herxing a little bit.
Yeah.
It could be. I still herx. Like it's been 5 years for me, you guys. Like 4 years, since I started detoxing. I feel I'm going to be always detoxing. I stay on my no dairy, no gluten, no sugar, no pork whatsoever, no tuna in a can, really no canned foods, no shelf foods really. And if I have to buy shelf products, like I go to Whole Foods and I get the most organic product I can find. The least amount of ingredients.
Right.
You just got to, you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to, you'll drive yourself crazy.
Right.
But you can be smart and practical. Like just be common sense.
Yeah. So parasites, like everyone's got them.
Everybody does.
And so many individuals say you eat fast food. Like you got them.
Yeah. Sushi. Got them.
It's just a part of life.
Pork.
But I do feel that them parasites have been weaponized too, personally.
Yeah.
Because that's why I even feel big, like Western medicine started shifting towards viral, bacterial.
Do you know about
not parasitical, but you look at the roots of a lot of this historically, it was always parasitical.
Nanotechnology.
Ooh. Yeah.
Now, we could get real dangerous talking about nanotechnology. There's, like this shirt that I'm wearing right now, like it's a workout top, right, with nylon or whatever. This has nanoparticles in it. All of our food, our clothing supply is poison.
Okay, so let's shift. We touched, we're covering some pretty vast topics, but profoundly yet vaguely. But hopefully it will trigger within individual. And just know, once again, another disclaimer in a sense, or a moment, an opportunity for acknowledgement. When this starts to feel overwhelmed, instead of excitement to, oh my gosh, I could up my resilience.
Yeah.
Once again, that becomes proof of the deteriorated state, because who in their right mind wouldn't be excited to up their quality of life, up their happiness, up their peace, all of that.
I'm thinking
You're
back.
So far away, Hud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get in on that.
I'm thinking back to like when I was sickest with my Lyme.
Mm-hmm.
I had like zero energy. Like I could barely even
zero.
So I lived on caffeine and sugar. In the Starbucks down in I worked at a hospital, the VA, and and the rock stars. Like I was on all the wrong things. I didn't know I had Lyme, but terrible for any kind of diet, anyhow.
Right.
But like when you're that, like everybody that I talk to that is asking me for advice, their diet, most everybody, I can't say everyone, but like they're all on the caffeine and they eat ice cream and sugar just for energy. They do that for energy, to get energy. I did the same thing. I was feeding the beast.
You know what?
That just makes the disease stronger.
I'll be honest. I started getting some breakthrough. And as I was breaking through, you mentioned Rockstar. That has been my kryptonite. Like that drink, for whatever reason.
Mine's a long time.
It's like, I don't... I just... Yeah,
you still drink those?
So I recently onboarded some of them, and...
That's why I don't feel good.
That very well could be it. I mean, it's definitely part of it.
100%. Okay, so.
But let's capture something there, because here I am trying to have like a profound impact on others to seize their moment.
Yeah.
But in the midst of all of that, I myself slipped up. I slipped up.
You did.
Once, and it's weird. There's a human character flaw right there. Now, some people have mastered it more than others, right? And I've kicked out alcohol, tobacco.
It's a process. It's a process.
A lot of things.
Don't beat yourself up if you can't do. Like, it's a process. I quit drinking in 2008. I didn't quit smoking until 2018. Like only like 6 years ago.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? It's like.
Right.
And I just recently, like in the last 4 years, cleaned I don't do any prescription drug. I just kind of just changed, but it's a process.
I need to journal all of that. I need to journal all of that and seek within myself. That's what we all need to do, and be honest with ourselves to more effectively hold ourselves accountable.
I just don't do it.
I know. I need to never. It's just it's a non-option.
It's not an option.
It's just not.
Just like when I quit, that's just my mentality.
Right.
I guess maybe it's the military in me. Buddy, you only have to tell me something once. If it means that's
good.
That's it. That's my mindset. Just one time. It's the military in me. So like, when I quit drinking, I'm like, I'm only doing this shit one time. I'm not gonna be one of those people that battle with fucking alcohol. Like, I gotta have a drink, and like I'm dying. I got this monkey on my back. I'm like,
good for you.
It's not gonna happen to me. And I prayed to God so hard. I'm like, God, if I'm gonna quit drinking, take the craving, take that monkey off my back, please.
Right.
And He did. I don't have any problem with alcohol whatsoever. Same with smoking. I could care less.
Right.
Same. I can have alcohol and smokes in my house, and I have that at home right now, and I don't care. I don't touch it. Same with the bad food. Because I live with a junk food junkie. He's going to get mad when I say this. But like, he doesn't have a chronic illness. I do. Like I'm not saying it's good for him, but like, he's not sick. So he can have Pop-Tarts and his Doritos and his Skittles if he wants to.
Well, up to what point, because the reality.
Things affect everybody differently.
Well, but we don't have the crystal ball.
No, but at some point,
I don't want to even say anything towards that individual, but there's obviously some people that them innocent Pop-Tarts and certain things have led to colon cancer.
Yeah.
Things to that nature.
At some point, there might be a medical...
So as healthy as he may feel, and it's not negatively impacting him, why deal with substances that have correlated to that outcome?
Well, see, this is the thing. I'm staying in my lane with that, because it's like I'm not ever gonna tell somebody what and what not to eat.
No, it's their choice.
It's their choice.
You can't afford to be ignorant, because the reality of it is, if that individual would champion this narrative, and that, hey, the majority of things labeled foods are not foods, then you can become part of the solution on clearing out that ingredient list to where it's more nutritional. It's more falling under the label of food, right? It's that ignorance within the vast, whatever the deemed healthy, which I personally feel, no, they're ticking time bombs. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Like, your body can only take so freaking much.
People will not change until they need to change. Like, unless it's a health issue or it's a weight issue.
Well, I want to fight back on all of that, because just like health, if we sit back and allow the tyranny to continue, then I don't want to hear anyone complain when they're in shackles.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like we must hold ourselves more accountable. And how much worse do things have to get?
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't understand the gravity of our point. They just don't. First of all, they don't want to believe that like the FDA would do that to us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want to say...
They're a huge part of the problem.
Guys, okay. If we take 100% of the United States population, okay, and we say 20% are, like, awake to this and awake to what's going on, like, with our government, what's going on, like, with Trump and the white hats and everything that's going on in the world. They say 20% now, right? Pretty much that 20% knows about the poisonous food supply, right? The other 80% don't. They still think that Pizza Hut's a good family night dinner. You know what I mean?
Sad.
But do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
And I don't until whatever event is going to be happening, but this event that they keep talking about, the 3 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness, the whatever is going to happen, whatever the big black swan event, whatever that's going to be. Until that happens, until the big wake-up call comes, I don't think that 80% are going to wake up to what we're talking about. I don't. And I think when they wake up, that's when they're going to really need us. Like, these podcasts are going to be reviewed highly, like maybe at that time.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, because a lot of people are getting it. That's why we're trying to hit it from all the different angles and all the different topics, because some might not ever come to these realizations when it comes to personal health. I mean, it might be the financial side of it. Yeah. It might be when their business goes under. It might be the tax, like from to no end, you know, or the invasion, or, you know, like, you name it. It could be the pandemic, like literally the tyrannical overreach of coercing, manipulating, lying, gaslighting, getting people to roll up their sleeves under a false label, a wrongful label of safe and effective. Wrong. It was wrong. Dead wrong.
It was not wrong. It was
dead wrong.
It was a deception from the very beginning.
Yeah, because there's nothing effective about it by any means. Nothing safe.
All vaccinations from beginning to time.
All vaccinations. And that's where I'm trying to sound the alarm on that for parents to just do your due diligence.
Guys, I got the worst story in the world for that. I personally lost a child to childhood vaccinations at 4 months old. So I'm on a Facebook group called Non-Toxic Mamas, guys. It's
really?
a great group on Facebook, Non-Toxic Mamas. These ladies are fabulous. They know what they're talking about. You can ask them any question about any product, and they're there telling you how it's bad for you, what you should use it as an alternative.
This is the education connections we need to have.
I'm telling you.
Someone wants to eat Pop-Tarts, you got to visit the cancer clinic and watch these beautiful people fighting for life. You want to inoculate your child with and blindly entrust in a white lab coat, that's blindly entrusting in their education, that's blindly entrusting into a pharmaceutical company, that's blindly entrusting in a manufacturer, that's blindly entrusting into the 3-letter agencies that the government, tyrannical, all the globalists. Are you kidding me? You're blindly entrusting so many things. You would not allow a stranger to watch your child as you had to take a leak, okay? But you're going to put a substance that there's no quality control on, that hasn't been vetted, that you haven't even done your research is to understand each line item that's in there, and the carcinogenic, the graphene oxide and aluminum, and just these things that do not belong in there at all. You gotta join a group like that.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta watch Vaxxed 1, Vaxxed 2 on BitChute.
Yes, Vaxxed 1 and Vaxxed 2.
Boom.
That's when I learned that Dr. Andrew Wakefield that did that documentary, Vaxxed 1 and 2, Dr. Wakefield. Okay. I met him at the Reawakening tour, the first one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, back in 2021, I think it was, the Clay Clark one.
Cool.
And he was there, and that's when it dawned on, like, I didn't. That's when it dawned on me that's how my son died. Like, I didn't, because they said he died of SIDS. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, you know, just like, it didn't make any sense. But anyhow, long story. But yeah, he had to actually flee England. He couldn't,
really?
Yeah, because of his whistleblowing on the whole vax thing.
Isn't that telling enough?
Exactly.
My gosh.
Hey, side note real quick. My son just moved into a house. It's pretty great. He lives down in Arcadia. And so I've been helping doing the mom things. He's like, hey, you want to go to Costco? I'm like, sure. And I got this app called Yuka, Yuka. You can like scan anything in any store, and it'll tell you like on a scale of like 1 to 100 if it's a good product for you or not.
Really?
Now, take that loosely because I don't know if this app is
Who's behind it?
like who's behind it. Like,
Okay.
because I've scanned
Yucca?
I scanned pumpkin seeds, you guys. The ingredient was pumpkin seeds and Celtic salt, right? 2 ingredients, and it came up with like a score of 24. I'm like, how can that be? Like, it said bad. How can pumpkin seeds be bad? So I'm like, And then I scanned something.
If this isn't a trustworthy, like that's a brilliant idea.
It is a brilliant idea. I
and
love
we
it.
need a trusted one.
There's another one called Bobby Approved. Write that one down. I think that's
What is it called?
Bobby Approved.
Bobby approved?
Bobby
Okay.
Approved.
Bobby.
Bobby Approved and Yucca. Put that on your phone off the App Store and you can scan.
Help us, what would you say? Be healthy, skeptical, and
Yes.
vet these apps. And let's find
Yeah.
one. And if it doesn't exist, like, help us. It takes a village. Listeners, we need your assistance on this. Like, help us vet some of this and get to the bottom of it, because that could be a great tool at our disposal
Yes.
to help.
I'd like to know of another one
Yes.
or more.
Please.
But I really liked it. I mean, we had a great time with it in Costco, and he picked up this one. He picked up a bag of like a granola mix type thing. He goes, Mom, scan this one. And all of a sudden, like right by the barcode, there's this warning label on it. It was like a literally warning in big letters. Warning. This product is carcinogenic and contains blah, 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 blah. Causes cancer. And it was in the snack aisle of Costco.
And it had probably healthy labels on
I
the
can't
front.
remember what the score was. Actually, it could be still on my
out.
phone. I got to see if it's still on here.
Get out.
I am not lying. He goes, Mom, look. He goes, look at this. I'm like, holy crap. Now I wonder if like a new law just came out recently that I wish I would have taken a picture of that. But it was crazy. That was just like last Sunday.
That's where kids now are doing a live short clip, throwing it out there, and it's going viral.
This is it, man. Like, so this is all the stuff that you can, you just scan the barcode. It's pretty nice. Right there. Well, this kind of tells you.
Oh, wow. Okay. We need a vetted one for sure.
Me too. Those are the only 2 I know of. And I don't rely on them heavily. You know, I scan them and just, it kind of, if it's a complete fail, it's like, but if it's a pass, and then I'll look more deeply into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right. We covered a lot of the poisons. Okay. We haven't dove into, we'll get into the water.
Oh, yeah.
Air. Right.
Do we have time for air?
Well, it's simple. We'll just knock it out right now. They are spraying the skies.
Yes.
Period. Oh, you don't believe me? You don't believe your own 2 eyes?
When's the last time you guys saw a starry night? Do you remember growing up with all the stars in the sky? That's my one question I have for you people. Can you lay in your backyard and look up at the stars?
Barely.
If anybody can raise their hand, I want to come to your backyard.
When you go up north and you get out of the city,
They spray so heavily here in the valley. It's not even
so
funny.
bad.
It's so bad.
It is so bad. I do feel enough are sounding the alarm on the spray and how harmful it actually is. And guys, set down the conspiratorial. They are the conspiracy theorists that are gaslighting they're losing the bullhorn. If you believe that, that's what's so wild. Our health, it's another layer of proof that we've been deteriorated to a point we don't even believe our own 2 eyes, because there's no ice crystallization that happens that spans the whole skyline. Contrails naturally dissipate. They do not linger.
Right.
At all.
They do not.
No.
The real trails that come out of jets, what they say that are in our skies, those are called contrails. What's really coming out are called chemtrails,
Yes.
chemical trails.
Spray.
And here's the thing, you guys. We've been living in a captured state since 1871. This was a designed plan.
Right.
They in 1871. I'm not going to do the 5-second history here. 1871, the Illuminati or whoever you want to call them.
Evil organization.
They incorporated the United States. They turned us into a business. without anybody like knowing, right? And then further on down the line, they issued us our social security numbers, and then they gave us birth certificates, and they made us the employees of the United States. People don't understand that we are in modern day slavery. Mm-hmm. And along with that, they want to reduce the population to under 500 million. 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
And
genocide of 7.5 billion people.
And so so like right after they passed the Titanic sink, that was the Titanic sinking, and the Federal Reserve is a complete correlation.
Yes. It secured the Federal Reserve.
It did.
Yep. It took out the competitors.
the people that opposed
coincidentally took out all the competitors to the West Central Bank system.
The three people that did not want, the three richest men in the world that did not want the Federal Reserve happened to be on the Titanic, and they happened to get murdered on that boat.
Right.
So anyhow, that's, some people don't believe me, whatever. Some people don't believe me about 9/11 either, but that's okay. They'll find out in their own time.
Oh, no.
But my point is that it's been a plan since the beginning to depopulate us through the air, water, food, and it really got ramped up in 1990, like the last 30 years.
Right.
1990 was the beginning of the real 1-2, like let's really ram it in there and let's like speed this process up and get the people really sick.
Yeah.
For the depopulation agenda. But I believe that's all stopped. I don't want people to be scared about this.
Oh.
Like, it's been stopped. It's been stopped. This truth is coming out. And the more people know about this, the more it's not going to happen. Like, I truly believe there is a plan. I do believe there's a plan. And if there's not a plan, I know our good God Almighty has his plan. Yeah. And that's just the
at
bottom
the end
line.
of the day,
He's got it.
That's the ultimate silver lining with everything, because as you connect these dots, like you literally could see the demonic side playing out in real life here.
Scary shit.
Like, yeah. And they love projecting it too. So it's no secret. So when you start really exposing it, opens your, I don't know, kind of humbles yourself to an extent to open that door to God to an extent, and there's nothing but great blessing there and love, peace to acquire, and like real resilience to the point, like for me, and I'll share it ad nauseum, because that's the singular greatest breakthrough I've had to date, where I, based on my establishing that relation and walking in real faith, like I started transitioning to valuing spiritual life and death over my mortal life and death. And when you get to that point, now it becomes a blessing to serve others and sound the alarm on things. And yes, my human character flaws will come into play often, as to where I just want to shake people and, smack them upside the head or something. But that's my human character flaw. Because there's great peace and excitement in engaging in this war that is being waged, and it's spiritual.
We are in, like, to be alive right now. Like,
it's exciting.
It's super exciting. Like, God, I just feel like such a victor right now. Like, I feel like I beat Lyme.
Yeah.
I beat this chronic. I mean, I'm not there completely, but I'm always going to be working on something, right?
Right.
We're always going to be working on something.
Right.
So it's like, if it's not Lyme, it's, my relationship with God, or it's my relationship with my roommate, or it's my relationship with my son, or it's my relationship with you, my friends, my immediate circle. Where I'm constantly working on myself. I think that's who Maggie is. Like, I'm constantly trying to fine tune myself. Because I always think that I can be a better version of myself for other people.
Yes.
I don't know. Is that right? Like, that's just how I feel.
I believe that, for lack of better words, there's probably a better way of wording this. But the true, like, key or blessing to life is to give up self and selfishness. And live for others.
Dude.
Live selflessly. Like, that's the key.
I love it.
There's something to that, and we're genuinely, it's more than getting the shirt off your back. When you thoroughly care about others' well-being that in an essence is what Jesus accomplished. That's what he...
Try to walk like Jesus. Try to just walk like Christ.
Right.
Like he did. We could never compare to him, ever.
No.
but we can try. We can certainly try. And I think that if we try, if we acknowledge it in our brain, like, I'm going to try to be more like Christ-like today. I often I don't do it every day, but I'm like, I got to be more Christ-like today. I'm like, I got to, I tell myself that. I'm like, I'm going to, this is the thing I do. Like, do you notice when you walk in the store, nobody is so freaking quiet in the freaking grocery store, except for the music overhead? Like, I don't know. Like, I make it a point to, like, if I see somebody, I'll interact. I'm like, hi, like, or not like, hey, how you doing? Like, what'd you have for breakfast?
It's so polarized. It's so different when you go into a small town.
Oh, I grew up in a small town.
It's so cool. The interactions, you like can't not walk down the street and like lock eyes and have a quick interaction. Right. Like, that's even if you're the stranger or not, you're new.
They swoop you in.
It's real interaction. Like, we've lost that in this city kind of culture.
So that's the way I was raised. That's why my personality is the way it is. This is the way I am. I grew up in a small town and a big family and that kind of thing. And
that's awesome.
It was just, I was taught at a very young age to serve others.
Wow.
Like, Margaret, go down the street and see if Mrs. Otto needs her sidewalk shoveled. Okay, Mom. Like, it was not like, oh, I don't want to. I was like, all right, I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'll go. It was like little.
You know how we get back to that? Up in people's resilience.
Yeah.
Stopping the spray in the skies. Revolutionizing the Pop-Tart to something that's nutritional.
Yeah.
That will put us back in our normal state to where we're not in a fight or flight, and we genuinely just have a good interaction. So to wrap up chemtrails, it is devastating to all biological life, plant life, everything, and it's going to have negative long-term effects even on our food production for a long time. So we best send that narrative, speak very loud on that ASAP, do our part on sharing content like this. A lot of the heavy lifting has been done. You can get exclusive, documentaries where they go over everything. The people talk about it themselves, the ones that are behind it. Like, we gotta have all those seeds.
Write this down, please.
Yes.
Murder by mouth. It's a video you can find on Rumble. Guys, check that video out. It's a documentary on our food supply. Murder by mouth.
Rumble. Okay.
And then there's another one, Toxic Beauty.
Toxic Beauty.
That's really for the women and men too. Like, it goes.
Oh, okay. So let's dive into that one a bit before we even get into water here. A lot of the products, from lotion, sunscreens, makeup, perfumes. You know more on the women. You don't.
Anything made. Okay. Let's women. Baby powder. Anybody using baby powder, don't use it. Don't use it because you use it.
No, I was pointing at your microphone. I could barely.
Sorry. Baby powder. Don't use it. There's something called talc. Talc is carcinogenic.
Jeez.
And there was a huge, huge lawsuit that a whole bunch of people won for that. But
wow.
So if women use like face powder, there's talc in face powder, so that goes right into your face. And our skin is our biggest organ, and it absorbs everything. A lot. Right. So our makeup, all that shit that we put on our face, like literally, like, guys, like, today I have, like, what did I put on my face today? I put in some tallow and some castor oil, and then I put in some eyebrow stuff. But like, I don't wear makeup anymore, and I put some eyeliner on. But I use oils on my face, like castor oil. My friend made me some hemp oil for my face. But I only use things like that. And the only lotion I will use is tallow, like beef tallow from the cow. Super, super nutritious for you. But that's it. Those are the only products that I use on me.
Wow.
And deodorant is super poisonous as well, guys. Right. Toothpaste is... You guys, everything that you make for our personal care is poisonous.
So bad.
All of it is.
Fluoride.
I'm sorry. Fluoride.
Ugh. But even more than that, it's
just all bad. You got to really, like...
I've, like, tiered my toothpastes to... I'm, like, on tier 3 now. Because it's like, okay, cool. I got the one and ruled out fluoride. And then, okay, there's one that was way more natural substances than that. And then, okay, but the whitening portion had bad things. So it's like,
then,
okay.
Then you found out that company got bought by a bad company.
Right.
And they put bad ingredients. It's like, so yeah, like Tom's of Maine like, has a clean toothpaste, or they used to. I don't know if this is a true story or not, so don't hold me to this. But I heard Tom's got bought out by like Nestle or something like that.
Oh, really?
And probably changed their ingredients.
Wow.
May no longer be a clean product.
You know, it'd be nice to see some quality control companies get erected that established trust within the people. And I'd like to see that go from those products to the food, all everything. But also supplements. Because so many of the supplements are actually more harmful than
that's
good.
Another thing too. Okay, so guys,
you can't order supplements on Amazon.
No, you can't. So
you cannot.
There is a website. You can write this down. It's called Full Script.
Full Script.
FULL
yes.
Script.com.
Uh-huh.
And those are clean supplements, you guys. There's another one. What is it?
So my doctor actually gave me a link to sign into their Full Script.
Yeah,
is
you
that
probably
something?
get it. You probably get. It's the same one. That's the trusted supplement website.
Okay.
It's clean. When you buy supplements like at Walmart, Target, Amazon, the grocery store, I don't know about Whole Foods. Like I've bought some things over at Whole Foods. I've looked at the ingredients. Like my old naturopath taught me, Dr. Kolbeck back in Wisconsin, James Kolbeck, he told me that, like, he goes, if you buy like vitamin D at Walmart, he goes, it's made with soybean oil. He was like, no. He was like, that is like so bad. I'm like, he's the one that kind of planted that seed in my head. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's really sad.
It is.
Well, there's companies that have exposed, and you couldn't even tell, like reputable companies, brands, that sold exclusively through Amazon, and they would get it. The bottle looked the same, the capsules looked the same, literally cardboard. It was ground up like cardboard.
I believe I believe that 100%.
No nutritional value in cardboard, folk. In fact,
darn,
probably some bad things too. But anyway,
so I know we're bursting a lot of bubbles here, like everything's toxic, but we
need a replacement to Amazon entirely. However, if we had this group that could vet certain things, like, then I don't know, if it had that insignia on that product, we'd be like, okay.
We're kind of starting that right now. Like okay, so we're giving out some good information, like going on Full Script to get your supplements.
Right.
And like those apps that they can get to like scan at the grocery store. You guys, here's another good tip. Like if you're looking to cut out sugar, like sugar's not just sugar, a couple things. They genetically
fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, they genetically modified our sugar in 2011. And I'm not sure the entirety of what that means. I just know they took our pure cane sugar and they messed with it. So it's not what pure cane sugar used to be. It changed in 2011. It's genetically modified.
Synthetically made, probably.
I use monk fruit or stevia. Like there's ways around getting your sweet tooth. Like there are. Like, and I used to be the biggest sweet tooth, you guys. I was a frosting queen. Like,
really?
Give me the cake and I would just go with the frosting.
Wow.
You guys can have the cake and
crazy.
I love frosting. Not anymore though. Like, you get over that.
Well, when did you suppose you contracted Lyme? At what age?
I don't know. Like, I'm confused. I got very sick when I was in 7th grade. I got a really bad virus. I was out of school for a month. And then, I don't know. It was just a weird thing. And then I was very sick when I got out of the military.
It's interesting because, like, I'm confident I had it before I was 7 years old. And due to that fact, it's like subconsciously, like my body knew what it needed to survive. And I more so refrained from the sugary sweets.
Yeah. I remember, like...
What kid does that?
So, that was 7th grade. I got super sick. So then I had 8th grade. And I went to a Catholic school. I graduated from 8th grade. And then I went to the public high school. And when I was in high school, I got strep throat, like my freshman year, strep throat 5 times. Sophomore year, 7 or 8 times. Like I was constantly on antibiotics. Junior year, kind of level. I didn't get really sick, but I was constantly getting strep throat, and then I was getting yeast infections. Strep throat, yeast infection. And it's like, I was eating, we didn't have junk food back in the 80s. We hardly ever got to go to McDonald's. We had closed campus. We couldn't leave, and we had to eat the food at school. This was in the 80s. We didn't really have a lot of shit, to be quite honest. And my parents didn't buy junk.
Right.
So I had a good diet, and I wasn't a smoker or a drinker per se. I was in high school. So nothing attributed to that, So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let's transition into water.
Sure.
Now, tap water, it's very geographic, to where you're at. But the majority of city tap is egregiously terrible, even by the EPA standards as far as parts per millions, and it is insane. And you can pull up local information on it, and some of it's dated, for a reason. They're not doing routine checks because it would look very bad, but that you cannot afford to be ignorant to that data. Right here in my tap, I'm over 700 parts per million. I've pulled up a graph. The EPA deems anything over 500 to be unhumane, not drinkable water.
Wow, damn.
It's supposed to be 200 parts per million or under.
What about the water softening system? Does that help kill any of that?
I don't believe the water softening.
If you got a Culligan system,
that's a good question. I'm not an expert in that regard. And what's interesting is I converted. I did the RO system because you can get those pretty affordable.
Yep.
But
did you add the alkaline cartridges?
No.
You should have.
I know. I need to learn more on alkaline and I'm learning about structured water and things.
You eat 1 lemon a day, and it will alkaline your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning all that, but the whole idea between the RO is just to get these because in my area, insane amount of chemicals, pharmaceuticals, fluoride, things I can't even pronounce, but it's scary stuff.
Anything that people put in the toilet is going to go into our water system.
Right. Well,
or down the drain.
Birth control is one of them that most filtration, even RO systems, have a really hard time ruling out. And if you think about that, could that be a big attributor as to why men's testosterone's deteriorating?
I think it has to do with the amount of soy that they put in our food.
Right. Well,
I think
it's
that's
a combination,
I think
undoubtedly.
It's probably a combination.
Right. But you gotta get I carry all my water, it's all I do. However,
do you take your own water to the restaurant?
Oh yeah.
I do.
Movies.
I do not drink water anywhere, you guys.
Ice cubes. I don't mess with that at all.
I do not either. Guys, never drink water in a restaurant or a bar.
At all.
Their water is probably dirtier than what you got at home.
Yeah, you could carry a parts per million tester with you if you wanted.
Unless you go to a brewery. A brewery has to have filtered water. They do. They have in order to make their beer. So I learned that when I was over at OSO.
Okay. Well, what's interesting is I've recently had conversations. I just had a gal on that attributes her beating Lyme disease due to the Kagan water system. And if you're curious on that exact system, you can go into that episode and you can click on the links and communicate with her about it. Now, the reality of that machine, it is expensive. Not everyone has the financial whatever means to do that. So there's other more affordable, viable options. However, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how I feel about it. And I'm only a few days in on it. And
I'm about 2 weeks. Wait, I'm about a month. My son got it on my birthday. About a month.
But I know Gary Brecka speaks out a lot on this particular unit.
Yeah.
But you can see.
What's it called? Hydro. It's a hydrogen flask bottle. And it turns your reverse osmosis water into hydrogen water.
Yes. Well, so the RO these individuals said it's murdered water. Like it took everything, all the healthy minerals, and it's hard to, I guess, hydronate, murdered water. It needs the minerals because what's it hydrogenating? So I will start adding like trace minerals to the RO.
Can you do that with the elements in there?
I don't know. We'll see.
I would say pour it from there to here and then put your trace minerals in there.
I don't know. I might just put a couple droplets, shake it up, and then run it. We'll see. If I burn it out, I burn it out.
You burn it out.
But there's some weird, interesting science behind this. But there's testimonials where people, it's moved the needle for cancer. It's moved the needle for Lyme. It's moved the needle for a lot of people. But is it for everyone? I don't know.
I think a little bit of everything helps.
Right.
If you just start with the process, if you have any kind of chronic illness, if you just start with one thing. This podcast that we're doing right now is very overwhelming to the person that is chronically ill.
It's exciting.
It's exciting, but it's overwhelming, James. It's because people on the other end of this podcast they have a pen and paper and they got a laundry list of things that they, you know what I mean? It's overwhelming a little bit. But this is
what's within people's abilities.
It is. But what I'm saying, start with one thing. Change your water. Get one of these.
Yep.
Carry it with you wherever you go. Put it in your purse. Take it to everywhere you go. That's the only water that you drink. Just make that commitment to yourself. Then start on sugar. If you're a soda drinker, start on making sweet tea at home. Get some organic tea.
Not only are you poisoning your body, you are funding the war against you.
You are.
You literally
by buying their products.
You're literally funding your enemies. You're not attacking them. Like, you're not at war to them, but they are actively waging war against you. Yes. Your morals, your freedoms.
And laughing at us at the same time.
Everything. That's what I was trying to capture on a recording. I haven't posted it yet, where it was like, I can only imagine these elites, these globalists, like, we got them. We freaking got them right where we want them. Like, and why stop here? At the point they build out their financial infrastructure, right? Yeah. Like, and enslaved us in a indebted system. Like, why stop there? That's when they took over the majority of media, which at the time was the newspapers.
It was a master plan.
Right. And then the radio. Yeah. And then it shifted to the news organizations, and then the televisions, and then Hollywood. And there's nothing conspiratorial. We can connect all those dots.
All of them.
And that's where we haven't been free in our own minds. We've been manipulated in so many ways. That's where this all needs to be part of our education system to forever combat tyrannical rule.
I can't wait for our new educational system to come in. I'm super excited. I think everybody knows at this point that our economy is crashing. Just real quick, our economy is crashing, and that's for a reason. Mm-hmm. They're doing that systematically because they're bringing in a new one. If you guys know money at all, currency systems only last 50 to 60 years, something like that. We've had this money system since Abraham Lincoln. 18.
It was backed by gold initially, but I can't remember.
Not back with the Abraham Lincoln. That was after.
I can't remember when. Yeah, I historically
Nixon took away the gold standard in 71.
Is that what it
was? But before that, another president confiscated all the gold. Nobody could hold gold.
Well, I guess that's just a blessing as you start doing your deep dives individually on all these things that now you see, whoa, we've been so blind, we've been duped. But it becomes easy to see the big picture.
We've never really been free. No. We've never really been free. We are in modern day slavery. We are slaves to the system. But I do believe that, I keep saying that, I do believe there's a plan in place. Mm-hmm. And I do believe that there's a plan for after, all this is collapsing. Because the jig is up, you guys.
They're scrambling. They're still fighting tooth and nail.
They're still fighting, but I think the majority of them are gone, I think. And I think that a new plan is in place for the new world. And I think we're going to have nothing but, it's not going to happen overnight. But to collectively, brother and sister, shoulder to shoulder, we're going to rebuild this world. We are. We're going to rebuild with all the other countries too, because not just the United States was fooled into this fucking system.
No.
It was every country, you guys. Yeah. Every country was under the same kind of thumb rule that we were under with their fake currency system. Everybody was under the same kind of fake rule, guys.
Yeah.
So when we go through our change here, the rest of the world's going to go through theirs. It's going to be exciting. It's exciting.
Well, the reality, if we want to ensure the proper change, it takes all of us understanding to an extent and uniting, seeing past all the division tactics, everything that is still alive and rampant today. That's where I would even question folks that are living on all this hopium of the white hats are in control and everything's happening for a reason. I'm like, no. Like, because you could still see the bullhorns alive and well. They're scrambling, they're fighting like tooth and nail to control, and they're just chalking everything up. And so many people are still drinking that hook, line, sinker. So ultimately, it's we the people.
Absolutely.
It's the...
I just think that... I think there's going to be a massive wake-up call. Right. Like, they say there's going to be an event that's going to be bigger than 9/11, like whatever this event.
Buckle up.
You guys, something's happening between now and November, and I don't believe there's going to be an election. I just believe there's not going to be an election. Just leave it there. I just don't think that's my opinion. But between now and November, it's going to be fireworks of some sort, and that's what's going to turn this world around. Whatever that event is. I got my ammo, I got my guns, I got my food.
I can't get the affiliated program, like things structured fast enough, but we got a lot of calls to action coming soon, a lot of connections, benefits to all the listeners, so please bear with us, stay tuned, keep supporting us. But the single greatest preparation investment I feel I've made to date is the EMP shield on my truck.
EMP shield on your truck.
EMP shield.
Tell us more about that.
So, the growing threat EMPs pose because you think of the globalists, right? They get pushed.
Is it a sticker? Or what is it?
No, it acts more so, from my understanding, is like a discharge box, so kind of like a breaker system. It allows is the different wavelengths of an EMP would travel through your
driving,
vehicle.
If an EMP comes and you're driving,
because is a closed system in that vehicle. Without the EMP, it just fries up everything. That's why a lot of individuals are actually buying pre-computer vehicles, older vehicles.
Yeah.
And there was a whistleblower even I think it was on the NASA grounds. Why are they stockpiling all these old vehicles? And they were
that's probably why used vehicles were so expensive.
So, but the thing is, and this is tried and tested by Keystone Compliance. They got a big write-up. It's 139 pages, so you could geek out on it. They're top tier testing. They do a lot of industrial and military grade testing, but they tested the EMP shield product.
How much is it?
So for a vehicle, there's the normal sized one, it's $389, but through our affiliation you get $50 off each product, so it's $339.
Okay.
So it's actually, considering what you get, best dollar for dollar investment yet. Because you think about so many people have an idea of we need to get to this property or this place, or you just never know if it gets that bad where you're at. If you're limited to what you can carry on your person, think of the thousands of dollars investment on food and water and all these other things you left behind. So that in and of itself, no brainer. Not only, even if you did leave everything, hopped in your vehicle and went, it could be life-saving. So hands down, best investment you could make. Keep your steel mule running. And then the fact of the matter is, the more people that get that level of protection, the less pressure ones that made that investment will have as well. So you don't want to be the only working vehicle on the road, in a city God forbid. So, but even if it does, you got a small window, because I don't think the chaos is going to be that ramped up right out the gate to where people are willing to, take a gun to take your vehicle, right?
Yeah, I don't.
But after X amount of time, so you have a window to get out, and I'd utilize that. So anyway, hands down, best investment. There's a micro one. It's a little more. It's like 4 something, but that's for like motorcycles, things. But if you had a limited space in your engine compartment or something, and you just wanted to put it in a more sleek position, you might be interested in that one for a little bit more. But they also have ones that you can install in your home, and I need to get one for my solar system, because it's giving. So even if the grid goes down, right? Because an EMP could happen pretty far away, and our electrical lines will act as highways for those surges.
I think Tesla Free Energy is going to be right behind it.
See that?
I hope. I don't know. Who knows?
Right.
Like I said, I don't get my hopes up. It's in the back of my mind.
Well, we went an hour and 36 minutes.
Oh my gosh. You have to cut some stuff out.
No, just flew by.
Oh.
I think like this was great. Like, why all this discussion? Because we care about you. We love you. We want.
We really do.
We need the best version of you to right this ship as well, and it's through unity. It's deconstructing all the polarizations.
We are brother and sister. We have to stick together.
Yes.
We have to squash the people that have been suppressing us,
dividing us,
turning us against each other.
Yeah.
Like, we want to see you guys well. Like, James, I want to see you well. I want to see you getting better. I really, really do.
Slowly but surely.
I really do. If there's anything I can do to help you,
thank you.
You know that.
We're having some breakthroughs. I know it.
He's got to get off that rock star.
Yeah. Done.
I know. You won't go back to that. But you were saying, though, that you did use that cloud mat for a while and you were feeling really great. And I was talking to, just real quick, that lady that I talked to yesterday, Julie, she was asking me what the cloud did for me. Like, she goes, did it give you energy? I'm like, no, it didn't really give me energy. It gave me, like, motivation. Like, it was not like an energetic feeling, but it gave, like, after I got done using it for like a couple days, it's like, God, I just want to go out for a walk. I just want to go ride my bike or do a burst. I need like a burst of exercise or something. It wasn't really energy, but I felt like I had to go do something. I couldn't just sit around.
Wow.
It kind of got me off my butt. It wasn't like a super surge of energy.
Right.
But it was more of like just motivation I don't know how to explain it.
I know there's something to it.
There is.
And nowadays, the digital, like meters, everything that we've been able to hone in on, some of the things I've heard where they're picking up, they've dialed in frequencies and what our bodies even emit. Like they've done these padded like rooms where it's dead. There's no frequencies, and they'll put a person in there, and they've honed in on all the digitized like frequencies so well that they could tell insane amounts about a person just by reading the data, like in the frequency waves, whether they're happy, they're all these things, and they've been able to, like the cocoon, go out to certain places of Hawaii where there's just like a healing energy where it's all calm and like nature and no disruptions, and they're able to capture like that frequency, and they could emit that frequency from these machines that actually have shown like positive healing effects on the body and neutralizing some of the harmful effects that have been proven on these devices. And I know with that type of tech, there's only room for bigger breakthroughs.
Right. So this technology has existed. For a couple hundred years. So our bodies are made of frequency. I don't know if most people know that, but like Mr. Rife, I don't remember his first name, but he made this thing called a Rife machine,
Right.
and the different frequencies.
Back in analog days.
Yeah, like in the,
Dials.
I want to say it was the late 1800s, early 1900s. Mr. Rife, he made this frequency machine that like one frequency cured cancer in a person, and or frequency cured Lyme disease, and like he knew all the frequencies that killed all these different diseases. Well, when right around, don't quote me on the year, 1908, 7, 8, 9, 10, when they were trying to get rid of all the naturopathic medicine, and the Rockefellers moved in and took over the medical field with the Flexner Report, where they downplayed naturopathic medicine and they upsold all the medical colleges. And
Right.
they financed all the medical colleges in the United States, and then they had to use all their books and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, that's how they... But anyhow.
Yeah, directed and infiltrated the whole narrative.
Completely.
And got away from practicing medicine.
And then
this is the way.
They denounced the Rife machine. I know somebody that... I have a friend named Chad, and he made this chamber, this thing called the Ascension Chamber. And it's built on Nikola Tesla technology. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. You sit in this chair, and you got these big coils. And like it's like just like the just like the invention they found in the basement of this hospital in like 1947.
Right.
Anyhow, I'm kind of digressing here, but
well, when I think of like med beds, you know, the whole grandiose idea is the cure all. You just get in this tub and heals any ailment.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here thinking, oh, well, is it on a technological level and scans and then surgical robots, or I actually think it could be achieved through frequencies, a level of scanning the body.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, and just a frequency machine that is so dialed in with all the different codes, maybe AI involved. And that, to me, can absolutely exist today. And it may be, in fact, what these elitists are using to...
They already use them.
Keep themselves from the negative effects from all the things they're doing on the mass pop. But, like, to even grab that meter pre-show, because I was, like, wondering, how could I measure my body and this grounding mat to see visually some kind of positive, like, effect for me. But it's just very telling when I'm switching to that dial and I'm just going like this and I'm putting out a signal and it's a positive, and then I switch it to the other hands and it's a negative. Like it just becomes proof there's more validity to this whole
frequency,
to all of that.
Yeah, definitely. So like on shows like NCIS, and I'm trying to remember like the really advanced shows, like where they show like the clear board, and like they have a person in a bed of some sort, but then they're over on all the doctors are over by the wall looking at the outline of the body. Do you know what I'm talking about? And they're touching it, and they're actually operating on the person by touching on the wall. That's actually how med beds are operated. Like they show us through movies and TV shows what current technology we already have now.
Wow.
We've seen med beds on these shows already.
Gosh, I swear, if I got my full health, I would start dabbling with this and getting scientific. Like,
yes.
Gosh, if it
interests me so much. I love this stuff, and I know from being in the military that med beds have been around since the 1940s at least, and our special forces have been using them. There's a truther out there named Michael Jaco, and he is a former SEAL, and he got the side of his face blown off, and a med bed restored his face. That is a true story.
Wow. Well, lots to go over. Maggie, we sure appreciate you coming into the studio here today, and more to come in the future. I imagine let's light up the community. You got questions, you want more things to dive into. If you found anything to be untruthful, we even talk like all forms of dialogue. We want things to be open. Like that's what it's going to take to get to the bottom of things and move forward. Evil wants us at each other's throats and what for what pedestaling like to seem right on a talk. Frick all that. Oh, I'm happy to eat some humble pie.
These are just our opinions, guys, and like our personal experiences that we've
personal life experience, real life experience. There's weight to it no matter what. I mean, could there be more direct paths? Absolutely.
I never thought I'd be sitting in this chair talking about how I got through this. 'Cause I never saw light at the end of the tunnel. I just didn't.
Praise God.
Praise God. Yes.
Wow.
He was completely 100% in charge of this whole facilitation of my transfer, like all of it. Like, like I said, I'm not completely out of the woods. I'm always going to be working on things, but I am 100% better than what I used to be. I was bedridden.
Right.
And like, God, I feel sorry for like my coworkers back at the VA when I was working there. It's like, like I was a pretty important part of the team. There was times when I just couldn't show up. I couldn't show up.
Folks, you got to hang in there. I sure hope this breathes some light into you because I know there's grave things around the corner. And as we up our resilience, I think we could really hone in on the most effective paths from diagnosing, eradicating certain things, bringing in health, and just boom, like improving our environments.
Yeah.
And we'll just really...
Every little thing we can do to clean up our environment, like James said, is going to help you feel better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it was a lengthy one, but we love you. Thank you for your support. God bless. Take care till next time. All right, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. And then it provided some valuable information for you that will lead to upping your health and your resilience. Now, I feel bad that I didn't even think about doing the hat giveaway with Maggie here in the studio. Would have been a fun moment for us, and I could have had her come up even with the keyword. But we'll go ahead and add it. First one to say, put the keyword awake in today's episode wins this hat. Awake. So if you're awake and you're supporting this platform, all you got to do is put that word in the comment section of Rumble, and if you're the first one, you win this hat. Now be sure to go check out Black Eagle Apparel right now. I don't know what you're waiting for. They got amazing shirts, hats, hoodies. Freaking, what are you waiting for? This is the direct call to action we all need to be getting engaged in to secure a better, brighter future for all. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. Couldn't do this without you. Let's share this one far and wide, because I'm sure there's a lot of folk that this could help. Bless you.